Okay, guys, so you guys see my screen. Today we'll learn about, just go to the courses, right? Just scroll it down. And I hope that you guys should be able to have access to this part of the portal. Maybe not all of these sections. Maybe some of the sections are grayed out. As you guys move along the concepts, they will turn on, right? Yeah, just come to this tools and libraries portion and click terminal, right? We're gonna look into the terminal first, and then we're gonna go with GitHub. Cool. So what is terminal? Who can tell me? Like what can we do in terms of terminal? All right, cool. People are joining. That's good. That's good.
You can test. You can git pull, git. You can open the folders. Rename it. You can do a lot of things with terminal.
That is correct. So yeah, whatever we can do in graphical user interface, okay? Whatever we can do, let me open up my Finder. Where did you open? Okay, it's already open. It's too much. All right, cool. So whatever we can do in graphical user interface, right? Meaning that we can click buttons to create some of the documents. For instance, new folder, it will just create it over here. Okay. And if you'd like to create a new file or other stuff, you can create with the click of a button. Right? So this is graphical user interface. But the same thing that we can create stuff in here, we can do in black screen on the terminal. All right, let's take a look at the slides first, and then we can move on to the terminal. All right, so whoever joined late, welcome back, guys. It's good to see you guys again. And we have just started, don't worry. Just go to portal and scroll down and come down to tools and libraries and click this terminal. And we'll just go through the slide, right? What we'll cover today is navigating and searching through files and directories in the terminal, not the graphical user interface. Input-output redirection and installing programs. What is shell? Shell is a text-based command interpreter, which is used to interact with the operating system. Okay, which is used to interact with the operating system. So the main part that we need for our computer is the operating system, right? Can we run a computer or any type of electronic device without an operating system or a software? No, we cannot run it, right? We definitely need some sort of operating system, whether it's a Windows operating system or Mac OS, it doesn't matter, or Linux, it doesn't matter what kind of operating system you prefer to use. But we need the operating system to run, to have our computer be functional, whether we're connecting printer or mouse or keyboard, or we're installing some applications, right? Applications meaning like a text editor, as we were talking about in here. So the most of the operating systems, they come with the shell. If you are using Windows, we have PowerShell. If you are using Mac OS, we have just the terminal. Okay. And it depends on what you are using right now. I'm not sure what you guys are using as a computer or laptop. So yeah, we'll go over those now. The most common shell is called bash. Okay, so the bash is the most common shell used most of the time in Unix-based operating systems. If you are using Mac OS, you definitely have some sort of bash shell. Okay, so it's Z shell. How to identify if we are using a Z shell or T shell, or what kind of shell we are using in our computer? Just come down to your terminal. Okay, so if you excuse me, if you click command break, you just type terminal, right? And then you will just come to the terminal right here. And there are some commands that we'll learn. Will basically how to navigate through the files and the folders. So to identify which terminal I'm using over here is to run the command echo $0. As you guys can see, I'm using Z shell. Right? This will only work for macOS. It's a little bit different for Windows users. If you are using Windows, please download Git Bash. Git Bash for Windows. Okay, so that is kind of like if I have over here, do I have it? Rolling through my slides over here. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so Git Bash terminal for Windows. Git Bash terminal for Windows. Git for Windows. This is the thing. Just go down here and download it into your Windows computer, and it's going to be a completely separate application. And open the application, and you will see this screen right here. And this is exactly the same terminal as we have in macOS. Right? As far as I know, PowerShell probably included a lot of Linux-based commands in its content, right? So we'll try to use some of the commands in PowerShell if you are using Windows. If it doesn't work, then I would suggest you guys to download this Git for Windows application. And I will be sharing it in here.
And is there any way I can check whether this Git for Windows has been already downloaded to my computer?
Oh yeah, of course. Just click the Windows Start and then type a Git Bash.
So for the Mac, you're using just a terminal?
For the Mac, we're just using the terminal. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So you can use shell via terminal app on Mac, on Windows via command prompt. Okay, so that. Not sure if you type in Windows Start, if you type CMD, if it's showing PowerShell, but you can just click the Start menu and then type a PowerShell. You should be good to go. Cool. All right, this is the shell. This is the shell, how it looks like as we showed. This is right here. Okay, if you click Command N, you will open up a new window. Okay, if you just need an additional window, you can click Command N. Okay, so if you click a Command Option N, so CMD plus Option plus just letter N in Mac, you will open up a new window, but it's going to be in the same. It will open up as a new tab. Right? If you just type a Command N, CMD plus letter N, it will open up in a brand new window like this. But if you type a Command Option N, it will open up a new window in a new tab. Right?
And what's the prompt for Windows?
So did you guys, did you have to download Git Bash? Did you check if you have any Git Bash installed?
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I do have.
Oh, cool. I would say it would be Control Alt N. Try Control N first.
Yeah, Control N is not doing anything.
Control Alt T.
Control Alt T.
No, it's not.
Not Control Shift Alt T. Did we try it?
Shift Alt T.
Yes,
Shift.
Alt T.
I now have a cursor pointer.
So you're able to see now the terminal?
Yeah, it's not opening a new window. It's just well, when I did the Shift Alt T,
Mhm.
a cursor appeared.
The
Mhm.
cursor appeared.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the expand command line history of bash shortcuts. Let me search something. Window. Yeah, I'm not sure about the windows. What can be control? CMD plus N for Windows. Okay, Git. Yes, how about we just move on right now, and
Mhm.
you probably let's try to figure out later a little bit, right? So it's not important right now to create a new window, okay?
Okay. Mhm.
But yeah, we'll try to figure out the shortcut for how to create a new window in Git Bash. But yeah, it is highly recommended to download Git Bash.
Maybe she will try the window N.
Oh, window and yeah, the window icon on your
Yes.
keyboard.
Yes.
Try it maybe. Not the control. Just click the window icon and N.
Window N.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's open notifications.
Yes. Yeah. We'll try to figure it out later, guys. All right.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. So this is the shell. Just keep in mind that's the terminal you guys open right now. The prompt usually shows your username and computer name. Okay. It says type the hostname command. So the prompt means this guy right here. So this is my username, and that's my computer name. Okay. And basically the prompt is the cursor is right here blinking. It's telling me that I can type some commands and run the commands in this terminal. So I can also type, as it was saying, type hostname to identify that this is the computer name. And we can also identify the username by whoever is using it right now. Okay, who am I? Who am I? It's just a question, right? Who am I? It's just brought together as a single command. So if you type who am I, that's the username. Right? It indicates that the shell is ready for you to enter command. Yep, cool. That's the prompt. We already said that. Command structure. Don't forget to hit enter at the end of each command. This is the structure of the command. Okay, this is the structure of the command. Anytime you type some sort of command, okay, but this word command is not an actual command, right? It's just a sample. You need to write the command first, and you can specify some options and then argument. Okay, this is how it's gonna look like when we run the commands. So the command, options, and argument. And every time you force write the command, you have to hit enter. It's not gonna run by itself, right? You have to hit enter. Yeah, love the tab. So when we type some commands in the terminal, okay, we don't have to type, for instance, if I type configure, right? I don't have to type configure all the time, like the whole word. I can just type configure and then click tab. Okay, if I type config data, I can click tab. Everybody has tab key in their keyboard. So the tab will complete, right? Pressing tab gives you all the options available. At the same time, it will complete, auto-complete commands and file names so that we don't have to type every single, I mean, the complete version of the command. You can just type, okay, we can just type. If I have a file name called portal, I can just type cd p and then click tab. It will complete as portal. We'll see that in the next when we test it out in the terminal. Okay, so let's keep on the current directory. All right, let's start our first command. This is our first command. Cool, we have 11 students in the class. Welcome back, everybody. Let's start our first command, pwd, print working directory. Type it whenever you want to see what directory folder you are in. Okay, so right over here, do I know which folder or which file or what's the path I'm in right now? I don't know, right? This doesn't tell me where I am located right now. Okay, like which folder name or which where is the parent name, blah, blah, blah. If I go back, blah, 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 right? It doesn't tell me. Our command to figure out that path is pwd, print working directory. Where am I right now? It will tell us where we are located. So basically we are located, right? /user / username. And that's basically my home directory. All right, this is my home directory. And also at the same time, just pay attention to this tilde. It's called, well, we'll just call it tilde, right? And you can definitely find out in your keyboard. It's right above the tab, the tab keyboard, right? Just that's the tilde. And if you see the tilde, which means that you are in your home directory. Every user has a home directory, and every single user is under users folder. Okay, and this is my username, and there might be other users using this laptop as a guest or as another user has been added to this laptop, right? So they might be using it, but right now I'm using it, and this tilde means I am inside my home directory. I'm inside my home directory. All right, cool. So pwd, you can run it everywhere. All right, so it does not accept. So this pwd is a command. Okay, pwd is a command. It doesn't have options or it doesn't require any arguments. Okay, it doesn't have options or it doesn't require any arguments. So you can run it by itself as a single command, pwd. Next one is, we did it already. So pwd, file paths. The file paths in Mac, they go by /. Each directory or file is separated by a /. Is the Windows a /? Was that the case? Is that the still case? Like, is the
No,
Windows,
it's /.
is it / now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so never mind. Yeah, a sequence of nested directories with a file or directory at the end. Basically, as we see that the /, and we're going inside the users folder. Okay. If yeah, so basically it's there's another slash after this, which means that this is a folder, and inside the folder we have this guy right here, the username. Okay. Basically the slashes represent, right? If or file is separated by a /. There's two types of paths. We have relative path and we have absolute path. Okay, we have relative paths and we have absolute paths. So the relative path is the short version of the path. All right, the short version of the path. And the absolute path is the longest version of the path. For instance, if I go to this guy right here, okay, this is the long path, right? It starts with HTTPS. Okay, it starts with HTTPS. But if I'm trying to reach out to the same users locally, if I'm trying to reach out to the same users as locally, if I type users like this is relative path, relative to the current folder. Okay, relative to the current folder. But if you put this guy right here, that's the absolute path, the full path, right? Absolute path means the full path of the URL or the location of the file. For instance, if I have a file called just txt, okay, text1.txt file, this is the absolute path to reach out to this text1.txt. Okay, but another way to reach out to this txt is just write the name of the file. Okay, so we will write some commands before this file to see the contents of the file or just create this file, etc. But I'm just trying to explain you guys what's relative path and what's absolute path. Okay, absolute path will start from the beginning, whatever it's starting, right? It will give the full path, just like HTTPS. Unix file structure in OS X /home/u becomes, as we know already, right? /user/ the username of the current logged in user into the computer. Okay, so basically this root folder contains every single other folders that is basically useful for our computer, right? So if I type slash, these are the things that we see inside the root folder, and that root folder is definitely showing us the bin, dev, etc., home, whatever we have over here, right? Home, bin, and we have users over here, and inside the users we have individual users. Okay, we'll try to learn how can we navigate into the files or folders shortly.
Excuse
Any
me, I have a
questions?
question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
So why we're starting this?
Huh?
Why we're starting this?
Oh, why we are starting this?
Yeah.
That's very good question. So, short answer is that whenever you join the company, you're going to be mostly working in the terminal. Okay, so and these are the useful commands that I would say that you will definitely use 100%. Whenever you join the company, they will look at you as if you know any terminal commands, and if you open up some like a GUI, right, graphical user interface, and try to create a folder and try to do something over here, right, they might look a little bit weird. So it is additional stuff that you can prove that you know some terminal commands that are very useful to navigate in this terminal. All right.
So terminal commands is, we can say it's just shortcuts, right?
These
Just
are
to open something?
Yeah. Yes, these are the shortcuts, basically. Yes, you're right. So it can be assumed as a shortcut or just work in a black screen instead of in this graphical user interface. Right? Whatever you can do over here, everything over here can be done in this graphical user interface.
Okay.
So most of the time, we're going to be working in this Visual Studio Code. I see. I'm pretty sure that you guys already installed this Visual Studio Code, right? To write your code. So there's another way to reach out to the terminal that we have over here is through our Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we do have terminal over here.
Yeah.
Right? We do have terminal over here. And this terminal is exact same terminal as I have right here. Right? So we'll try to work on this terminal right here.
Azamat, quick question. When they say shell scripting, is it basically knowing the commands to use in the terminal?
So they usually call bash scripting is it's a little bit difficult, right? So bash scripting is completely different scripting language that you run all of your scripts in this black screen. Yes. So you don't run it in like JavaScript, right? You don't run it in the browser. You only run in the terminal.
So we can use in a VS Code and don't need to use the terminal.
No,
Like
you don't have. No, you don't have to use open up the terminal or yeah. So open up the terminal. But whatever you can do over here, this is exactly same terminal as you are opening in VS Code right here.
That's good. That's
Yep.
good. Because look
Oh,
like
yep, yep,
something
yep.
separate.
Yeah, so you don't have to open up a separate terminal. You can always work in this here.
Can you type the / again and like it was the how did you find the file? Because when I did it, it showed me that my permission is denied. What does it mean?
Well, you may not have like like root privileges, right? So you may not. Do you own the computer? You have you are
Oh, I'm
you?
only user on this computer.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. So whoever owns the computer did not give you proper permission to reach out some parts of the computer, right? So I am the owner of this computer. That's why I'm able to reach out some of the root, everything that's under the root. Okay, but as a user of the computer, you only have access to the files under your name only. Okay, right here. Basically, whatever you have in your username, under your username, that's the only files you can folders you can modify, or you can download some applications, edit over there, right?
Okay, and why I don't have that permission?
Because you're not the root, the root user. So whoever owns the computer, they need to provide you some permission.
So I can broke something. Like, is it if I have a
What is
root?
that?
I can broke something, right? If I have a root or something.
Yes,
That's
you can
what I
break.
have.
Yeah, you can break the computer
Okay.
if you have access to
Okay.
as a root.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay. I got
That's the good thing. Yeah. So yeah, let's just close out this terminal and this file or two. We'll move this guy over
How
here.
did you open the terminal in VS Code?
Oh,
What is the shortcut?
it's a control and so control in the Mac, control plus this tilde or this tilde. Sorry, this is
Okay, I found out. Thank you.
you can close it out again. Same command. That's the same shortcut. Or just open it again. Let me try to put these guys together in the same screen. I hope it's not going to be too small, but I'll try. Not the other ones. Right, so let me give me 1 second, guys. So I will do this and tile window to right of screen and click this guy to the left side. So yeah, let's keep on going. So the current directory always specified as dot. Always specified as dot. So dot means I'm inside my current directory. All right. So pwd is showing that I'm inside this username directory. So if I say ls dot, basically I don't have to put that because I'm already inside this current directory, right? It's just showing these the files and folders, right? So the parent directory, it's specified as double dot, right? It's specified as double dot. So if I would like to see the contents of my parent directory, I can do dot dot, right? And my parent directory, which is users, contains only two folders, my username and another folder called share. So that means inside my current directory, and the double dot represents my parent directory, right? And home directory, as we said, that if you see the tilde, which means that you are on your home directory. But this tilde will change as we navigate through the folders. If I go to another folder, okay, it will change. For instance, if I do, don't pay attention to this command, all right? We'll learn a little bit later. As you guys can see right here, the tilde changed to desktop. So now I'm inside my desktop. If I do pwd, I'm inside my desktop. But if I go back, I'm inside my home directory, all right? Every time you see a tilde means we are inside our home directory. And this guy right here, the slash, is the root directory, which contained all the things that's necessary for our software or operating system to run. Okay, so you will never deal with this root directory, never modify, never change anything inside your root directory unless you know what you're doing. Okay, but always work under your username, users, and username, and whatever you have under username, just work on there. Questions? All right.
If I'm in the specific folder, how do I go back to the parent?
Yeah, right there. Your answer is right here. Your answer is on the right side. Change directory. All right. Change directory. So CD stands for change directory. Use the CD command to change directories. All right. So in the meantime, I would like to show you guys. If you have multiple commands like on your screen, right? Your screen becomes very full, and you're like, okay, where am I? Where am I? So you guys need to learn how to clear your screen, clear your terminal. And to do that, you can type a clear command in Mac, and the CLS, I believe, is in Windows in PowerShell, or you can click Control plus L letter. Okay, just Control L will clear your terminal. If I click Control L, now my terminal is clear. All right, let's say one thing again. Let's fill out our terminal with a bunch of bullshit. So part of my language. Now we can do clear. We'll do the same thing. Clear and Control L will do the same thing. We'll clear your terminal, and then you can start fresh. All right. So now pwd again, and I'm inside my username, and now CD is how we can navigate through the folders. If I would like to go to another folder, I do CD, okay, and desktop. Now I'm inside my desktop. Okay, I'm inside my desktop. If I would like to go back to the parent, right? If I would like to go back to the parent, as we said, the parent represents as dot dot, right? So I do CD dot dot. I went back to my parent, but which is this guy right here, right? Basically my home directory. But what if I would like to go back the two parents, like the parent of this username? Again, slash dot dot. You just go. You can just type dot dot and go back to the parent directories, right? So if you do only one dot dot, which means the parent of the desktop, and if you do two dot dots, which means the parent of the desktop and the parent of this username, which means we're going to be inside the users now. Okay, so CD, go back to my username. I'm inside my home directory, and CD desktop. Okay. If you are using git bash, cd is the command. If you are using PowerShell, I would say ch change directory, chdir, something like that. Okay. So cd, you guys will be using it all the time. cd is the command to navigate through the folders only. cd is only for folders. You cannot use it for files. Right? cd. Clear? We mentioned about it already. It's not option, it's control actually. Right? Don't try option. You can try option, but you will not clear your terminal. So it's gonna be control. Control plus L will clear your terminal. Or just type clear command. Cool. ls, list directory. So use the ls command to list the contents of a directory. That's it. To list the contents of the directory right here, for instance, right? If I would like to, let me go back to my home directory and control L, ls dot, or just ls by itself. And since I'm already inside my current directory, I don't have to type that. Okay, so ls will display the content, the folders and files inside my current directory. Okay, so you guys remember, let me just bring it back again, command, right? Options, options and argument. Now this ls command can accept some options, right? ls is the command and the options is what we can add here as a options is at the same time as the flag. It's
Alert.
called, right? So and the argument, right? If you put the argument is the path, usually it's a path, like path your document or folders. So ls-l will list so the flags are preceded by a hyphen and are often a single character. Okay, ls-l will give additional information about the contents of this folder, right? So ls will just list out the names of the files and the folders like this if you type ls by itself. But if you type ls-l, okay, and put, I mean, you don't have to put to see the contents of the current folder. If you type like this, it will give additional information. Okay, it will give additional, like who is the owner, who is the other owner, and right, the username, right? And then if it's starting with D, which means that all of these are directories, right? If it's starting with D, it will show that these are all of them are directories. If it starts with hyphen, it will tell you that it's a file. I don't have any files right here. I can go in one of these things to see if there's a file. Okay, we'll do that later. So now
they put the date like so randomly. Like, what does it mean? Like May to
Yeah, I think
usually
ls lrt, it will like show like how you Dawood says like последовательно.
Oh, okay. Oh, isn't it?
so this is basically telling us the size of the folder. This is basically telling us the size of the folder. So this size is a little bit different, but then this date and time is basically when did we created this file or folder last time, or when did we modify this folder, right? So don't pay attention to this one. Just learn the commands, how to display the contents of the current or the files and folders, right? So ls-l will be the command. ls-l will list the contents of your directory or folder. Again, this is relative path because we're just typing the name right away. An absolute path to this desktop would be ls-l. Oh, sorry. So control L, ls-l, starting from users, go back to my username, and then type desktop. This is the full path, the absolute path to display the contents of the desktop. And it will do the exact same thing. All right. So, okay, so ls-l will display additional information. But how about this ls-a? A is for displaying the hidden files, right? So some of the files might be hidden files in this folder. So let's check it out. ls-l will display additional information. Plus, if I put A and put desktop, okay, let's see what else it can display. As you guys can see right here, the dot, every file or folder starting with dot is a hidden file, or folder. If you see a file or folder starting with a dot, it is a hidden file and it's not shown. So just remember this one right here, ds store. It is not shown under like this. If you do ls-l, you would not see this dot, these guys right here, the dot and double dot, and these guys right here, you will not see that, right? Do you guys see it? No, we don't see these guys over here. Oh, sorry. I need to go to desktop. Okay, we don't see those guys. Right? We don't see this dot, double dot, and the ds store and localize it when we do ls-l. But ls-la will display the hidden files too, and the hidden files are over here. And we can definitely test it out by creating a hidden file by ourselves, but we'll do that a little bit later. All right, just keep in mind. I show hidden files. We saw it already. That's fine. Notice that hidden file names begin with dot. Yep. Use a long list. Format shows more verbose output, more information about the files and folders. As you guys see right here, a pip file is starting with hyphen. That's because that's a file. It's not a folder. If you see D, that's a folder. Okay, additional commands to learn. Making and removing directories. Up until now, we've seen how to list directories. But how can we create another brand new directory? If I'm inside my, looks like I did. All right. So if I'm inside my folder right here, I can create a folder like this, right? And say test1 folder. That is my folder. That's the graphical user interface version. Okay, that's the GUI version. If I would like to create another file inside my test1, I just click this guy right here and type index.html. And that's my file. But we can do the exact same thing in the terminal. Okay, in the terminal, pwd, I'm inside my desktop and 24-7 cohort documents. And if I do ls, I would see these guys, these folders right here, right? Basically these folders over here. So ls-l will list them like this. So mkdir will let us to create a brand new folder. We would like to create a folder called test2. So mkdir test2. Since I didn't specify any where the location of this folder can be, so if you don't specify anything like slash blah blah blah, right, then it means that it will create in the current folder that you are located, which is right here. So just pay attention over here, guys. And if I click enter, now I do have test2 generated over here. So mkdir is the command to create a new empty directory. All right, mkdir is the command to create empty directory. We also have remove directory command to remove an empty directory. If you know that this folder is empty, you can remove that folder with remove directory and test2. Now that folder is gone on the left side. But again, remove directory is only for removing empty directories, empty folders. Use rm-r to remove a non-empty directory. So you guys need to be careful when you are using this one. Okay, when you are using this one, be careful because you might end up deleting some important files that you need for your project or etc. Right? Remove -r is for removing non-empty directories, meaning that your test2 folder might contain some data inside it. Okay, all three commands expect the name of directory as an argument. As we said that this is the command and we don't provide any options, all right, or flags, and we put argument. Argument is being the name of the folder. Another mkdir might have a flag which is called p -p. -p will let you create child directories, okay, including the parent directory right here. So with the mkdir by itself, without the flag, it will only create one folder at a time. But with this guy right here, mkdir-p that test2, you can create additional child directories underneath it. What you can do right here, test2, child2, okay? So now I created two folders at the same time. So I have test2 and I have a child2 folders. Two folders with the single command, okay? So I didn't do like test2, this one, and then go inside the child2, this one. Well, with the single command, we can create two folders at the same time. But if you don't provide any flags, you will need to create folders individually. Okay, mkdir, remove directory, make directory and remove directory. We saw that already. All right, how about we develop this one right here? Okay, so change to your home directory. So if you are very far away from your home directory, right? One way to go back to your home directory is that cd, I'm inside my desktop now. If I do one more two dots, I'm inside my home directory, okay? But sometimes if you are very far away from your home directory, you have to type like multiple times to go back to your home directory. You don't have to do that, right? You don't have to do that. Very easy way to reach back to your home directory is use the tilde. Oops, sorry. Tilde. Okay, cd tilde will take you back to your home directory. Just like that. cd tilde will take you back to the home directory. Okay, so now the first step is done. Create SATEC bootcamp directory path. Okay, so instead of creating individual folders inside it, what we can do, as we said earlier, right? We can use mkdir with the flag called -p, including the parents, okay, p, and then put SATEC bootcamp. Please test it out. Open up your terminal, please, and run cd tilde to go back to your home directory. If you are already inside your home directory, then just type mkdir-p SATEC bootcamp. Cool.
Sorry,
Yes,
I
go
think
ahead,
I
please.
missed part. Sorry, interrupt. In the Visual
No,
Studio,
it's-
how can I
yes.
find the terminal? I'm not using Mac, yeah, it's a PC.
Oh, you're not using, okay. It is actually doesn't matter if you are using PC or MacBook. So just click Control plus this tilde. Tilde should be on top of your tab keyboard. Okay.
Oh, all right, I found it. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. The other way is if you lost over here, you cannot remember the shortcut. You can come down here, right? In your VS Code, you are click the VS Code inside your VS Code. Come down here, terminal, and click new terminal. So let me exit it out, right? I don't have a terminal right now, so I'm inside my VS Code. Click terminal on top of all the way up on the screen, and new terminal. It will open up a new terminal for you. If you don't remember the shortcut, okay? But the shortcut is Control tilde or Control backtick. They're in the same button in keyboard. Cool.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Question. I did the same like you, but the file didn't appear the folder.
You're using Mac, I believe.
Yeah, I believe.
And you went back to your home directory with the CD, or you just inside your home directory?
I was in the beginning of the home directory. I put mkdir /p and setec /bootcamp, but it didn't appear.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
The question is, what's P also mean?
So P means it's a flag, right? It's an option. It tells you to create, including the parents, right? Including the parent folders. As we said, MPDIR will create folders one at a time. If you don't put any flags, it will create folders one at a time. But if you'd like to create folders inside another folder, then you need to, if I do this one right here, see, no such file or directory, okay? Since it didn't find this test one, that's why it couldn't create test two, because there's no test one inside my current directory. So in order to make sure that it will generate test one, two, I include -p. Now it will create test one and test two, right? It will create test one, and inside my test one, I have test two.
Okay.
Right? Test one and test two.
But I even tried to create only one folder. It didn't help as well.
All right, cool.
I
So
don't know why it's not creating.
so since my test one has folder inside, right? If I do remove dir test one, directory not empty. So as we said that remove dir is only for deleting empty directories. So if it's not empty, then it will complain that directory not empty. So in order to remove our non-empty directories, we said remove -r test one. Okay, now it's gone. So that's the thing. So you guys ran mkdir-p satec /bootcamp, and it's not working.
Even like just mkdir test, for example, it's not working as well. Anything is not working.
All right. So do you mind sharing your screen real quick? Let's take a look. What's the problem? Because it's very important to make sure that you guys are on the same page as we are dealing. Okay, can you do, can you do ls?
Can you see now?
Yes, can you do ls? Enter. Okay, you have a satec 1, satec 2, it's generated, it's creating.
Oh, where is it? Where can I find it?
Oh, it's right here. So you can it's under your username, so you don't have to. So the thing is that you would like to go inside satec 1 or satec 2, right? Just do a cd change directory, cd satec 2. Now you are inside your satec 2. So if you do ls again, ls, now you can see bootcamp. So everything is working fine.
But how can I find it like visually?
Oh, if you like to just open up your Finder.
Yeah.
No, the Finder, just type Finder there. Yep, search for Finder.
Okay.
Yep. So now you have to go to. No, actually, you have to go. It's in your home directory. It's not. Did you find it? Yeah, those are the things. Yep. Those are the, it should, yeah, right here.
Mm,
Everything is here. All right. So you created using the terminal, but everything is here. This is the home directory.
What if
The
I want to,
home-
for example, for the desktop, I have to go just
Yes. So just go back to the parent. No, CD first. CD dot. Now you are in your home directory. CD desktop. Yeah. Now you are inside users right now. So you are inside the users. Now you can go back to use desktop is under your username. So CD and capital Z. Click tab.
now it's not working.
What's the it should work. So CD it's a GBEX A, right? So it's gonna ZH. Can you do LS? Can you do LS? LS? Yeah. So it's actually say which maksat, right? You gotta go to maksat. Oh yeah, you gotta go to maksat. Sorry, CD maksat. Yep. So now you are inside your, now you
I
can
have
do
to mark-
desktop. Yep.
this time. Okay. And I
Nice.
can create, for example, some folder here.
Exactly. Yep. You can create folders. You can navigate through the folders or delete the folders, whatever you can do it. Okay.
Now I have it. Yeah.
Yep. This one is created just now.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cool. Let me share my screen again. Where did it go?
For some reason, I'm trying to delete the newly created CTEC folder, and it says failed to remove CTEC directory not empty.
Yes. So you cannot use rmdir command on non-empty folders. You have to use remove space -r command. Where's my? Is it in the something somewhere else?
In case if I delete something important, is it possible to
retrieve
get
it?
it back? Yeah,
That's the thing. You got to be very careful what you are deleting.
because
Right?
I'm scared to use that.
If you delete, then you have to pay some money to the hackers to help them to help you identify and retrieve your documents. All right. So be careful. So that's our warning. Be careful to delete when you are deleting your any folder, non-empty folders. All right, cool. So we created CTEC bootcamp. Okay. We created CTEC bootcamp under my home directory. Maybe I have not yet. So if I do ls, CTEC is right here. Okay. ls-l, try to use ls-l all the time. All right, cool. So navigate into CTEC bootcamp directory. So cd CTEC bootcamp. Okay. cd CTEC/bootcamp. Now I'm inside my bootcamp. At the same time, I can tell with pwd, right? CTEC bootcamp. Create CLI directory. Again, mkdir CLI. Now I created my CLI directory. View the contents of the CLI directory. So how can I view? Basically, view means list the contents.
You go
right?
inside the CLI.
Yeah, we don't have to go inside the CLI, right? So ls-l, we can do CLI. Okay. So ls is the command, -l is long list, basically is the flag, and CLI is the argument, the path to the folder. Now, if I do, there's nothing inside. I don't have anything inside my CLI. So navigate up 2 directories, meaning that go back to this guy right here, right? So cd 2 directories. One directory to the parent of bootcamp, another directory to the parent of CTEC. So it's just telling us to go back to the user home directory. So I'm inside my home directory because I see my tilde over here. Use the pwd command to verify you are home. Yep, we verified that we are home. Now delete CTEC directory. As we said, since CTEC is not empty, if I try to do remove dir CTEC, directory not empty. So remove dir is only for deleting empty folders. In order to delete CTEC, remove -r Satek. Okay, ls-l Satek is gone. Now, sometimes this command may not work. Okay, if you somehow faced with an error saying that, all right, so this is the correct command, but you cannot delete this folder at the moment. Okay, you might see that error. In order to delete this folder, like if you're really sure that you want to delete it anyway, then you can provide the flag called F. F is for forcefully. Okay, F is for forceful. Delete forcefully. I don't need that folder anymore. Just delete it. Don't give me any error. Okay, so remove -r is for deleting and non-empty folders, and remove -rf is forcefully deleting non-empty folders. It's gone. Right? Be careful using this forcefully thing. So yeah, any questions, guys, before we take a break? 6:05.
You create CLI just using the command mkdir, right?
That is correct. Yes, mkdir CLI. That's it.
So we put the rmdir and
Yes,
so he's
RMDIR.
delete the empty file, but I put the file name, but it's giving me error every time. Like I'm trying to.
So as I said, remove dir, right? These mkdir, rmdir, or rm. Actually, rmdir and mkdir is for folders only. Don't do the files, okay? You can, I mean, mkdir is for creating a folder only, and remove dir is only deleting a folder.
That's
So you
what
should,
I'm trying to do. Like he's not deleting it. I don't know why.
let's see. Can you share your screen real quick before we take a break? Let's see.
Yeah.
I want you guys to be on the same page as I am right now, because it's very important concept.
So
Cool.
can you?
Yes, that's what I said. Remove the Satek directory not empty. Satek directory is not empty, meaning that Satek contains some contents, whether it has a
So if
or
I rm
RM space.
r
No, RM space. Without the dir. Yeah, RM space -r. Now Satek. Yep, now it's gone.
Yep, it's gone. Cool. Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So sorry. I had problems with this actual terminal.
Yeah,
I
please
just
share your screen,
tried
please.
to update just several times. Sorry. The problem is that my terminal just appears and just disappears. Maybe I did a mistake at the beginning.
Can you share your screen, please? Can I see the problem?
Yeah, sure. 1 moment.
Absolutely. All right, as I said, guys, this terminal is important, but the more important thing is what we're gonna learn a little bit later. That's gonna be Git and GitHub. Okay, as I said, Git and GitHub, you guys will be using for the rest of the bootcamp, plus whenever you find a job. Okay, so try to chew it very slowly. It's really hard to bite, okay, because it's really hard to understand some of the things that Git and GitHub can do. But as you practice more and more, you will learn how to run some GitHub commands and how to help with the projects.
Sorry, let me log in. Sorry, let me log in one more time because I have with Zoom. Zoom doesn't allow me to share my screen, my full screen. I just want to just log it again. Thank you so much.
All right.
I think tomorrow everybody's computer will gonna have plenty files.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not useful file or folder, try to clean your computer, right? So don't fill it up.
Excuse me, can you show me how to one more time how to delete with a empty not with a non-empty file? The
Yeah,
folder.
the folder. Yes, absolutely. So let me go back.
Maybe I will share it. It's easier.
Oh yeah, go ahead, please. Stop sharing. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, now I'm located in my main
Home directory. Yes, home directory.
directory. So now I have to, like the last step, I have to delete, right?
What was the command to clear your screen? Clear your terminal?
Command L.
Control L. Control L.
It's Command L.
No,
Okay.
yeah, Control L. Oh, it was clearing very slow. PWD. Cool. So yeah, what you're trying to do now?
Delete the setup directory.
Yes.
This-
So okay, do you want to do one at a time, the steps? So you are inside the home directory. Yes. Create a SATEC bootcamp. Can you create the folder first?
Again?
Oh, you already have it already. Okay, so you oh sorry. Yeah, so the command will be rm space -r space and the name of the command, the name of the folder, sorry. That's it. It's gone.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Any more questions, guys? Is
Yes,
Element?
I also have a question.
Yes,
I'm
go
a
ahead,
little
please.
bit confused. So we created SATEC, which is a folder. What is
Mhm.
the difference with the CLI? What is the CLI?
It's just another folder.
Ah, sorry. All
Yeah,
right, got it.
don't confuse CLI with anything else. It's just another folder. That's just
Alright.
part of a task. Yeah. So
Azamat, can I quickly show my my
absolutely,
command? Yeah, just to make sure that everything's fine. Because I went, you did like you went back to the second generation,
Oh
and I
no,
went to the third.
yeah, I didn't go like that. Yeah, I was just showing that you can do like that, right? But the shortcut was to use tilde, cd tilde. All right, let's see where you are right now. Can you run the pwd? Oh, you are already inside your home directory because I see that you have tilde. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I all set?
What was your question?
Yeah, I was just wanted to make sure that I did everything according to that assignment.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
CD bootcamp, mkdir CLI, CD CLI. Yeah, so it's gotta be lowercase letter CD CLI, and you did ls. Actually, yeah, that is correct. Yes, PWD Adila. Yes, you did correct.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, yep. RM dash R SATEC. Yep, you did correct. Cool. All right,
Thank you.
guys. Elaman, are you back, or we can take a break and how about we take 10?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We can take a break. I'm just fixing my problems with my laptop.
All right, guys.
Sorry.
Let's take
Thanks.
a 10-minute break and we'll come back. All right. I hope you guys are back. We can continue where we left off. All right, I'm still sharing. Okay. Cool. So a couple more commands to learn about, and then we'll wrap it up the terminal. Okay. And then I will give you guys homework about the terminal. So we have another command called touch. And so as we said that if I would like to create a file in my VS Code, I can just do this one right here, which will create a file. This one is for a file. This one is for the folder. Okay. If I would like to create style.css file, that's how I create my style.css file. Let me kill my terminal things. Where's my terminal? Open up a new one. Okay. So I'm inside my docs. So since this folder is empty, I can do remove there untitled folder, and it's gone. Okay, I'd like to delete this guy too. Remove, since test2 is not empty. That's why I need to do remove -r test2. Those two are gone too. Okay, so remove rm there is for folder, not deleting empty folders. rm command is for folder and files. Okay, folder and files. For instance, if I would like to delete this style.css file, I can do rm. Okay, I don't have to do -r because style.css is a file, it's not a folder. This R flag means recursively. Okay, it means recursively, meaning that if folder contains another folder, just delete all of those folders and files recursively. Okay, don't just delete all of them, whether they have child or child folders or files, right? So if I would like to delete this style.css, I will do rm, and I need to go to test1 and then do style.css, right? It's gone. I can delete my files and folders with the command rm, right? But rm-r is only for folders because -r stands for recursively. All right, cool. So as I said, creating files, it's very easy for GUI, but we can do the same. We can achieve the same thing in command line, right? So touch command is the command to create files. So if I do touch and go inside my test1 and create style.css file, okay, now style.css file is back with the touch command, all right? mkdir is creating for folders. A touch is creating any type of file. Touch is for creating any type of file. Expects the name of your new file as an argument. Yes, touch will expect an argument, right? The path and name of the new file. All right, touch index.html, touch about.html, blah, blah. We only did index.html, style.css. Let's do one more. Let's clear the terminal first and do touch. I click tab and test1 tab. And let's just create a script.js. I mean, you guys haven't gone into a DOM portion of bootcamp, but yeah, so script.js. Now we have script.js and style.css. Remove file, as we already know how to remove a file with rm command, right? And rm definitely expects a file path, right? The file we are removing as an argument. Remove about.html, and it's gone.
Sorry. Regarding touch test script.js, I have problems. It's written that no such file or directory. So I made a mistake. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. So you have to make sure that your test1 folder exists, right? First, make sure that test1 folder exists, or whatever the folder you are trying to create inside should be existing. If it doesn't exist, then you need to create the folder first and then run this command touch test1 and script.js or style.css file.
Okay, got it.
Cool. All right. So how can we edit a file, right? In VS Code, we'll just click the file and start editing, right? And for instance, if I do doc, right, and it will edit like this, right? This is how we edit it. But how about in the command line? In the command line, we can do the same thing with vim command, right? Vim should be included in your Unix shell in Mac OS. I believe it should come with the git bash too. Okay, so just type vim and let's try to edit this style.css file. Vim. I need to go inside test1 first and style.css file. So now I'm inside the style.css file. Okay, I'm inside the style.css file. Let me go back. Let me type something first. Body. Let's see. Background color blue. Okay, background color blue. And if I would like to edit this style.css, as we said, vim test1 style.css. As you guys can see right here, body background color blue is already there. All right, is already there. So Vim is opening my file in the terminal, but this guy, if I click on top of it, it's opening right over here, right, with the colorful things. But the terminal always black and white. Okay, so how can I edit this file now? So as soon as you go inside the file, you need to click I keyboard. Just click I letter in your keyboard. All right, it says insert. Just click I in your keyboard. It will go into insert mode. Now we are inside insert mode. I can do, for instance, paragraph, right? Click enter, and let's just say, I want the color of the paragraph be yellow. All right, and then close it out. So I'm still inside my insert mode. Okay, so if you click escape, it will exit out from the insert mode. You will not be edited again. Okay, so if you click escape, now I'm out of the insert mode. If I would like to add additional stuff, I need to click letter I again. Now inside insert mode. Okay, so escape. Yeah, now we are in the exit mode. So I'm still in the terminal inside my file, but I don't see the cursor, right? You will not be able to see the cursor because we did not exit out of this file yet. As you guys can see right here, it says Vim. We are inside the file. So in order to exit out of the file, we have to do colon. Okay, just click the colon, shift colon, right, in your keyboard, shift colon, and type W for writing, basically saving. Okay, so W is for writing, saving the content that we changed. And Q is quitting, exiting out of this file. Okay, and it also includes exclamation sign, which is just for part of the command. Okay, exit. Now, as you guys can see, I edit this through my terminal. Okay, I edit this part through my terminal.
Oh, that escape button is not working for me. How can I escape insert mode from Windows?
Yeah, it should work. You are using Git Bash, right?
Yes, I am.
So let's try again. Okay, let's add anything like let's just okay. So click I to edit, right? And
Yes, I did.
Let's just
I
say
added the P color yellow, and I'm trying to escape the insert mode.
now escape. Click escape. Right. So I'm inside exiting mode. So now
Okay.
shift colon WQ exclamation sign exit.
Shift colon, you said, after escape, I think.
Yes. So in your keyboard, just click shift
Okay.
plus colon like this.
Okay.
Okay. So once you do that, let me just put some space over here. Okay. Now shift WQ and exclamation sign. Did it work?
Yes, it worked. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so edit the file. So there's a lot of stuff that can be done in the Vim. We're not gonna go too much details, right? So just this is just for informational, right? I would say that like 90% you wouldn't use this Vim, like because we definitely not going to edit any file in the terminal, right? We will always edit files in our VS Code like this because it's not very convenient. But back in the day, Vim was the thing to edit the file. Okay, but let's say you don't have a monitor. I mean, you would have a monitor, but if you are dealing with the servers in a database, right? If you are dealing with the servers in a database, when you connect the monitor, those servers, they don't have a graphical user interface. They don't have any browsers. They only have black screen, the full black screen. Now, how do you edit a file in those servers in databases? You definitely use a Vim. Okay, but since we are not connecting any to any server and trying to modify any files inside the server, now we can just skip it to not to deal with additional functionalities of this Vim. But this Vim is text editor is very powerful. Okay, you can use various editors built into Bash, blah blah blah.
Excuse me. I
So-
have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
What's the difference between Vim and VI? They are doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, so the Vim, so the VI is previous version. Okay, pretty much everything is like it's still black and white, but with the Vim at the end there's M. It's a modified VI. Okay, you can do additional stuff, additional functionalities, or maybe like you can add some colors to the texts or words inside your file. Okay, so basically VI is the older version, Vim is the latest version, modified version, which is contains a lot of functionalities.
It means like we can use both of them, right?
Of course, yeah, you can definitely use VI too. All right, so one more thing, guys. If I didn't make any changes, right? If I didn't make any changes, which means that I don't have to save it, right? So then colon, I can just quit without saving. But W is for saving the changes. Q is for quitting out. There's no change, just quit it out.
Sorry, I just stuck a little bit. How can I quit from the Vim mode? But
From insert mode?
yeah, from insert I click the escape button.
Yes.
But how can I leave
And then,
the
yes, and then from there, you can just type a colon, right? Just a shift colon actually, right? So you have to type the colon.
shift colon?
Yes.
I got to type.
No. In your Vim, right? I'm inside my Vim right now, right? So if you do shift colon, it will type right here. Okay, if you do shift colon. Can you type
Enter
like this?
next mode. It says entering next mode, type usual, go to normal mode. I get it.
No, once you do this, type Q and exclamation sign and enter. It will exit out.
Q and what?
So colon, Q and exclamation sign.
Ah, okay.
I think sometimes it's called the shebang, something like that.
And what does it mean all this thing, the SWP, this stuff? Like I have the SWO, I had a lot of them. Can you see on your?
Where is it on my screen? Do I see it?
Here, under the test one. Can you see the file? What is that?
This guy right here, these guys?
No, on the top, but not like style CSS SWP. What
Like your didn't like save your file, it's go to the swap file.
Oh, the swap. Okay, and what does
Are you
mean?
talking about this guy right here?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah. So whenever you go inside the file, it's just creating a temporary swap file. Yeah, so basically like in a RAM. Okay. So as soon as you exit it out, it will disappear. Okay.
Okay.
So I exited from the Vim option, but what I did, it didn't save it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you exit out, it will not save. But if you make some changes, okay, if you make some changes, then you have to do colon WQ. I'm sorry, a colon first. Come on. Okay, so all right, colon WQ, right? W is for writing, okay, or basically saving, and Q is for
Exiting.
exiting. Yes.
Okay. Do we really need this one? I mean, like,
No, it's as I said, right? This is for informational purposes. We usually don't use this one. We always use this guy right here.
like in general, knowing the terminal, is it useful? Like, are you like using every day in your job or?
This VI and Vim, I was using it when I was working in a database. When you work in a database, right? I used to have a DevOps background before I switched to software engineering. I was in a database and we had to add some IP addresses to the servers that are brand newly built. Okay, so we connect our computer, and they have a monitor, and we access basically to the server. And when you access the server, they don't have a graphical user interface. You wouldn't see everything like this, colorful. No, it's only black screen. And from there, you have to know how to navigate, right? You need to know how to navigate. That's how I learned the commands, mkdir or cd, and removing folder, blah, 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 and Vim. Vim was a very important one, okay? So if you are seeing a black screen, how do you edit your files? Because in the servers, they don't have this VS Code installed. They don't have all of these browsers installed, okay? So you have to use a Vim. You have to edit your files through the terminal, and Vim was very helpful to us. Okay, but as I said, this is for informational purposes at this point because you guys are software engineers, web developers, right? Front-end engineers. You can use VS Code to edit your files. You don't have to deal with this Vim. All right, so Vim type colon Q exit. Yep, that's good. More command line movement. Yeah. So in you so let's say you have a command like this, right? In order to edit the command, you can just use arrows, left and right, okay? Like this. You can also use option, left and right, to skip faster. Or command to go left and right. Always use shortcuts to make your life easier, guys. That's how you guys code faster, right? If you do like this, you're just wasting time sometimes, right? But if you do like a command left arrow, you go, or right arrow to go at the end, you just make your life much easier. Try to learn the shortcuts of your PC or Windows or Mac OS, right? They are very helpful. This so up and down arrows. Up and down arrows will go to see the previous commands that you ran. If you go up, it will just show previous commands that you ran, right? I'm just going up all the way up. If I go down, the latest command that I ran was this guy right here, right? Up and down, left and right, you can control it. Now you wrote this command, but you don't want to run it. You would like to just cancel it out. The command for that is Control C, right? If you do Control C before you click enter, you don't want to run this command, okay? So then instead of deleting like this, right? Instead of deleting like that, you can just do Control C. It will just cancel out that line of code. Control C. Okay, Control C is the command to cancel out the line of code. Command line history. Again, up and down arrow will show the history of the commands. But if you type history, it will show all the histories that you ran. All right, it will show all the histories that you ran. Now, you guys see these 4-digit numbers? Those are the numbers, unique numbers for each command. All right, So if you want to run this command again, instead of typing this command like this, what you can do, right? What you can grab this number and put exclamation sign on in the beginning and type 1079. I want to run this command again. So exclamation sign, nothing comes before, nothing comes after, just exclamation sign and number of that command. And if you run it, now I'm inside my file. Okay, so basically I'm running VI, as you guys can see right here. If you do exclamation sign 1079, it's basically running this command. If I want to run this 1067, right, exclamation sign 1067, and it will clear my terminal.
When I'm running the history, it doesn't show the codes. It comes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it shows like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this side is empty.
No, it shows the commands, but it's like an ordered list.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I've been using this the terminal for a long time. I've been running a lot of commands, right? That's why I have 1,000.
Oh, yours is ordered as well.
So,
Yeah.
so since you started just to freshly install this Git bash, it starts with the 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank
don't
you.
worry about the number. So how many number of commands you ran? It's showing that the number of commands, but it's not randomly generated. Okay. So the first command, it's hard to go back to the first command, so it's not showing the previous command.
That means it keeps the history of all commands that you run on terminal.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
But I've been running the commands previously, and I still see it lists from 1 to 6.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that for the current terminal, right? For the current terminal, it will show the commands that you ran for the current terminal, but it will start counting based on the last number.
But
Okay,
if it is if it is listing the commands for the current terminal, did you run like over 1,000 commands?
I would say
on
yes.
yours?
Yep. I would say that I ran 1,082 commands. I don't know how long, right? We had a lot of cohorts since you guys, I mean, before you guys joined, so extra.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that I've been running commands before in the same VS Code that I'm working on right now, and it's not showing the previous ones.
Not sure what the problem is there. I can take a look like what's the what might be the problem later. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, don't worry about the number, right? So you can type history to see the history of the commands that you ran. And if you would like to run the same command again, you can just put exclamation sign and then put the number in there, right? Yeah, don't worry about the history that much, right? So you guys wouldn't use that much. But yeah, history is very important when you would like to run the same command again, right? If sometimes you type very long command and you have to use that command every single time. So that in that case, you can use history to run the same command. Instead of copy and pasting, put exclamation sign in the beginning. All right, so we have additional stuff to learn. You can click extra over here. And that's it for the terminal. Yeah, so that's it for the terminal. If I can go back to the terminal and oh, how do I? Oh, so we do have video that Murat recorded himself during class. It basically teaches what you learned today, right? And if you'd like to check it out, it's fine. Also, we have practice. All of this, so maybe, no, we didn't see it. I would like to give you guys as a homework, right? Please go to terminal and click a practice. And we also have terminal cheat sheet, right? For your record to see what commands we learned today. So vim to edit the file content through terminal, to close the edit mode, and the types of paths, absolute relative path, blah, blah, blah. And shortcuts, as we know already, right? Prepared by Satek. Just check it out. Okay, so the practice is for homework. Please don't forget about this practice. You can definitely check it out, this reference to the full thing, right? This is one practice, and don't worry about the permissions. Permissions are a little bit different subject. Okay, don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about this part too. The only part that you need to worry about is file paths and directory navigation. This is the part we did today. Okay, so let me put this guy in Slack actually. And it didn't put the numbers as it did have it here. Anyway, all right, cool. Let's talk about GitHub. Git and GitHub, right? Before we introduce Git and GitHub, let's see what they are used for and what they are actually called, right? Let's assume that you are working in a company or you're in a college, you're working with your team members on a project, okay? And someone created the project over here, whether it's a PowerPoint slides, right? Usually that happens in the colleges. You go in the college, you work as a team to create a PowerPoint slide, and then you represent, right? Present your PowerPoint slides to your classmates. Okay, so one person creates a group project, and then he will share it with the other students. Okay, whether it can be through email, whether it can be through the cloud store, right? It doesn't matter. So important thing about this group project is that to make sure that every one of the team members have the latest version, right? So you created the first version and you made some additions to the project, right? PowerPoint slides, and you share it with your team members. Now, you told them that, okay, please add your part and share it back. Okay, please add your part and share it back. Now, this file is being shared back and forth between each team members. Okay, it's sometimes it's really hard to track who made some changes. I'm not sure if the PowerPoint application can track it down, like who made the changes, when it was made, blah, blah. But I know that Google Drive, right? The docs in Google Drive can track down the previous versions of the changes or who made the change. Okay. It is very important in real world scenarios. If you are working in a project, we need to make sure that we create a GitHub repository and we share with the team members and let them add their section or part as part of your project and keep everybody on the same page. Okay, keep everybody on the same page. Now, that's the regular life related scenario. But what happens in the real world, like the projects or company projects that we work? In the regular projects, we create a project and we make changes to the project and we save the changes and we share the changes with other team members. And everybody does the same thing. Okay, this guy created the project, but these guys, right? They don't have to create a project. They have to download the project, make some changes, and save the changes locally and share the changes with team members. Everybody does the same thing. Okay, as soon as they download the latest version, they make changes, save their part, and then share the latest content again. And that's how they share it. In the world of forget about it. In the world of the company projects, which sometimes very long line of code, right? You have to write very long line of code with different parts, like files in different places, folders in different places. They're large. The size of these projects are very large, and it is hard to share those files and folders through email, or you can definitely do the cloud. But the important thing about those type of projects is keep track of changes. Keep track of changes, who made the change, what time they made the change, and the message, why they made the change. Okay, it is important to keep track of it. In the IT world, they created something called version control system, right? Version control system. So what is version control? Version control, also known as source control, is the practice of tracking and managing changes to software code. Version control systems are software tools that help software teams manage changes to source code over time. Right? They manage the source code over time, which means that you create a project, and whenever other users make some changes to that project, that version control system will track those changes. This user with this username made these changes in this time, in this date. Okay, in this time, in this date. Now we have two types of version control tools: distributed and centralized. Centralized has a single point of failure. Okay, so we have repository, which is a project. Okay, if every time you see a repository, it is a project. Okay, centralized has a single point of failure. It has some benefits, and it doesn't have. It has some benefits and advantages and disadvantages. The main disadvantage is that if this server goes down, no one will have access to this repository. Okay, no one can push the changes to this repository, and if you don't have a backup server, then your code is gone. Your code is virtually gone. That's the main disadvantage. But this, with the distributed, we have the main server that contains the main project, okay, and locally we have the copies of this repository, basically the copies of this project. If you take a look at this right here, this is the project that was created, and when they share to the internet or put into the cloud, right, any type of cloud, whether it's a Google Drive, it doesn't matter, that Google Drive will save the original copy, and when they download it, they download the copy of this original one, and they work on the copy, and they share the copy that they change it, okay, and then they can replace the original one with a copy of that. That's the thing with the distributed version. We have a main project, and every single one of you will get a copy of that project. We'll use some commands for that, and then work on this project locally in your computer, laptop, and then whenever you have some changes, you can push those changes, share your changes with other team members. Why do we need version control system and benefits of version control system tools? Conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. This type of conflicts, right? What's the conflict? The conflict means that if you are editing one file, and if another user editing the same file, okay, another user editing the same file, and when they upload those files, right over here, we'll have a conflict. And our software will to try to identify which change should I keep. Should I keep the changes from this user, or should I keep the changes from this user, or should I keep both changes in the same file? All right. At some point, you guys need to decide, like in VS Code. In VS Code, it will tell you, do you want to keep both changes, or you want to keep current your changes, or you want to keep incoming changes from different user. If you do both of your code will be left in the file, and you can save the changes. All right. So that's the main benefit of version control systems. They help us with resolving some conflicts in our code. Rollback and undo changes to source code. All right. So let's say the thing about this version control system is that this user made some changes, okay? And they shared the latest version with the team members. And then team members said that, okay, I think we should not add your change, or we should remove some of the parts of your change. Okay. In that case, the user will, since already have the copy, right? This original copy may not be replaced with the copy of this user because the user's code is not needed. So you guys can roll back to the original copy again, right? Instead of replacing it, right? Instead of replacing it, you can roll back to the original copy, like previous copy before this guy merged their code. Okay, so rollback and undo changes to source code. If this merged code doesn't work, you can always go back to the previous code that was working fine before this code was joined into your code base. Offsite source code backup. There's always has to be a backup. Data of your project, right? Whether it's a backup repository A, backup repository B, don't worry about that. Other benefits include informs us about who, what, when, why changes have been made. Employees or contributors of the project can contribute from anywhere, irrespective of the different geographical location. As we said, you don't have to be in the same geographical location, USA or in Europe. You can be anywhere, and you can contribute from anywhere. Version control systems enhances the project development speed by providing efficient collaboration. This is the way to go. All right, this is the efficient way of collaborating to the team projects. VCS leverages the productivity, expedites product delivery, and skills of the employees through better communication and assistance. This part is also very important. VCS tools reduce possibilities of errors and conflicts, meanwhile, project development through traceability to every small change. We already mentioned about the conflict resolution, right? Extended third-party integrations, you guys don't have to worry about that. And CI/CD pipeline automation, you guys don't have to worry about that too. All right. If you type version control system tools, version control system, okay, so version control system, this type systems. Yeah, so version control system tools, there's a lot of them, but in this bootcamp, we will be learning about this Git. All right, this is a software. This is a software that we need to download into our computer. Now, this Git is different than Git Bash, right? Git Bash is to be able to run Unix-based commands in Windows. But this Git, you guys need to download Git. Git is part of version control software or system tool that we are using in this bootcamp. A little bit history about Git and GitHub. Git, as we said, right? What is Git? It's a version control system. It was created by Linus Torvalds this guy right here in 2005, and to develop a Linux kernel. And it's currently maintained by Junior Hamano, Japanese software engineer. It is used for tracking code changes and tracking who made those changes. And it is very useful for coding collaboration. Features of Git: open source, scalable, distributed, security, highly secure, and it's it's very fast, right? Branching and merging, data assurance, staging area, and maintain the clean history. Benefits of Git: saves time, offline working, undo mistakes, track the changes. This is very important part, guys. Tracking the changes, right? Track the changes. Who made those changes, what time they made it, and why they made it. Everything will be historically documented in our version control system tool. All right. Why Git? Over 96.65% of developers use Git. So it's very trendy version control system, right? Pretty much all of the developers use Git. As we mentioned, all the benefits over here. Work together from anywhere in the world. We said that already. See the full history of the project. As you guys know, the history command that we have terminal in the terminal, and that's for the terminal. But for the Git projects, we have some history commands. It's not like history, but that will show us who made those changes and what time they made those changes. And impress recruiters. This part is some of the companies, right? Some of the companies, they look at your GitHub repository, GitHub account, right? They look at your GitHub account, whether you have been contributing to the company or not. They will check it. So if I look at my repository, if I look at my GitHub account, look at my right here. Do you guys see right here? All of these green means that I've been contributing to different projects over time. Okay, so I joined it in 2019, and there's a lot of contributions into 2021, 22. I mean, this is my personal account. Okay, if you see something over here, which means that I haven't been in my personal account, but if you join the company, they will provide you another account that belongs to the company, but it is a GitHub. Okay, they will have a private company profile, and they will create a user account for you, and you can contribute those projects in the company. All right. So, but when you go to the interviews, some of the companies, not all of them, they can check your GitHub account and see if you have been contributing to any project, or if you have been coding, basically, right? This part doesn't show that, oh, I haven't been coding much, but these green parts show that, oh, I've been coding a lot, and I've been working on my projects a lot. All right. So please create GitHub account. If you haven't done it yet, right? You guys definitely need this GitHub account. But let's finish up our slides first. 2 minute slides. What is GitHub? All right, so Git, okay, is Git. Let me see. All right, what is GitHub? Git repository. It's a Git repository hosting service. Git is not the same as GitHub. Git is what we install into our laptop. Okay, it is a software, it is an application that we install into our laptop. But GitHub, on the other hand, is a hosting service. It is a website. You just go github.com and you create your account, and you host all of your projects here. Okay, you host all of your projects here. So this is the GitHub. It's the hosting service. But Git is the application that we download locally into our laptop and install it. All right, we work on our projects, local projects over here, and when we have to upload our project, we use GitHub to upload our projects. Okay, just I hope you guys created your account. If not, just go down to github.com and register as a new user. Okay, and you would see the exact same thing as I'm seeing right now, except the repositories. Okay, because it's going to be brand new for you. GitHub is a remote repository platform. It is hosted on the web internet, right? It is hosted on the internet. It makes tools that use Git. GitHub makes tools that use Git application, Git software. It's the largest host of source code in the world, and it is owned by Microsoft since 2018. If you guys see right here, right, I have 187 projects that I've been working on, like throughout since 2019. Okay, but most of them are demo projects that I've been presenting to the cohort students before you guys, right? So every time we did the project, I was just creating a new project over here and getting it locally and working on that project locally. All right, it is practice time. Let's do some practice. All right, it's 7:10. How about we take a 5 minutes break? Do you guys have any questions about Git and GitHub yet? Let's see some questions.
On your like repositories in the GitHub, did you like put any project or you like from the job, or you just made it separate from the job?
So these are my personal projects. There's nothing. Yeah, these are my personal projects.
It's like a, how to say, you just made like a one page of the HTML and just like upload it here, or you like it's like a, how to say, so we can upload here anything what we want, right? Like a HTML, CSS, whatever we want.
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. So, yep. Let me see. If I type DOM, I should see my DOM projects right here. So Meal Finder complete, Meal Finder starter code right here. Okay. So right here, I have images, I have index.html, I have a style.css, I have script.js, right? These are basically DOM projects. But don't forget about the script.js because you guys didn't see the DOM side, okay? But if you have index.html and style.css, everything related to HTML, CSS only, okay? Not the JavaScript part, you can definitely put it into this GitHub, right? Definitely put it into this GitHub. But we will get to that point. We will put some projects into GitHub as we move along, right? So practice time. Before we practice, let's take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back and we'll continue. All right. Enough sitting on a chair. Cool. Let's do some practice. What I would like to do is do the same thing as I did last time. Can you guys see on the right side?
Yeah, we can see.
A little bit bigger. Definitely. Cool. So let's go back to our terminal over here. Good old terminal. And cd tilde will take us to our home directory. You don't have to be in the home directory. You can run it anywhere. Okay. The command to run to check if Git installed in your computer is git -- version. All right. So you should see something like this, Git version, if it is installed. As I said, Git is an application, is a software that we need to install in order to work, in order to upload our projects into GitHub. Git is a version control system tool that we need to install on our laptop. Git-v is short for -- version, right? Git-v is also a short version of Git -- version to check the version of the command of the Git. All right, Windows users, download and install from https gitforwindows.org. Right? Git for Windows. I would say that if you installed Git bash on your PC, on your Windows, that Git bash should contain Git as a software. Right? Just open up the Git bash and run git-v command. It should be included with the Git bash because it is opening up to the same website that I shared to install Git bash. Right here. You guys remember this Git bash view?
Yeah, it's working.
Is it working?
Yes.
Cool. So if you install Git bash, you don't have to worry about installing Git. Yeah, because they're pointing to the same place. Okay.
I'm sorry. Should we install Git for Mac? Is it necessary to make so?
Yeah. So
Oh.
for users, you can use brew install Git. So how to install Git in Mac OS? Right. Getting started installing Git. Installing on Mac OS. Don't forget about this Linux version, right? Focus on this Mac version. So there are several ways to install Git on Mac OS. The easiest is probably to install the Xcode command line tools. It's still the case. You should have Xcode command line tools before you install the Git, right? Looks like they have a installer right here, guys. Right? Git website. Just click this. Let me share this and check it out. The Zoom chat. Right? Check it out the Zoom chat. I shared the link, and once you go to the link, scroll down, come down to installing on macOS, and click this guy right here. Installing on Windows, as we said, go to https gitforwindows.org. That's the same thing. Installing from source code. If you would like to install from source code, there's other options too.
Sorry. I just want to clarify. Should we install the first one? I mean, the part with homebrew.
Oh, so that's with installing with the homebrew is the command line way, right? Installing the Git in the command line interface. But if you'd like to install using the software, then you have to download this software from this site.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right, so
which one is the best option? Homebrew? But if it's homebrew, how can we install with a homebrew? Can you show us, please?
yeah, so if you type brew, okay, so it will show the list of over here. I mean, if you have a brew though, right? Some of the Macs may not have a brew, but yeah, if you have a brew, you can just do brew install Git. Okay, brew install Git. Should be able to install any type of software or application. Okay, that's what it says. Example usage: brew install the formula cask, blah blah. But basically, we're installing.
Can we understand? Do we have brew or not?
Just type brew command.
Sorry?
Just type brew command right here. Just type brew and click enter.
Command not found. This command not found.
Okay, so then in that case, you don't have brew installed. Do you want code to open the external website? Yes, open it. Homebrew documentation. Right, you guys can definitely check it out. The Mac users can definitely check it out. This thing, but yeah, if you don't have brew, just try to install through the link over here.
Yeah, I clicked over. Can you click please over here? And I clicked the install the homebrew.
Oh, it's I see what you're saying. That's not. I thought it's the installer that comes all like this.
So actually, sorry, it provides different ones, Macbrew, Macports, and Xcode. So, you know, it's difficult to understand which one should be downloaded exactly.
What is that? So, where you go? Mac OS.
I'm so confused. It's supposed to be application or what is it? Like I'm trying to do the brew one on my terminal. It's asking me the password and all this stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
Same.
so
It's the same problem I do have.
yeah.
So if you are owner of the computer, right?
Yeah.
If you are owner of the
Yeah,
computer,
owner.
yes. So whenever you, so when your screen locks out, right? You type your password to log into your computer. That's the password you need to type in to install anything. So the password thing is to prevent other users to install everything in your computer. If you provided, if you edit your guest users or other users to use your computer, then they shouldn't be able to install anything except you have a permission. Right? That's the basic reason why you need to type your password in order to install this. The same thing with the Mac, right? If you'd like to install something, then you have to type your password over here.
Yeah, the thing is like I tried to install the Git, so he asking me to copy the line here and paste in your terminal, right? And then I put it and put the and he asked me the password. So if I put the password, like what's supposed to be happen?
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, with the Mac, sorry about that, guy. With the Mac users, you type the password, but it doesn't tell you that you are typing the password. You just type the password, finish it, and click enter. It doesn't show that you are typing the password. It just stays there steady. Okay, it's not like you're typing something. It's like typing something over here, right? In the terminal, when you type something, it shows you that you are typing, right? But in macOS, when you are typing password, for instance, I'm typing right now my password, but it's not showing. Okay, that's how it goes in Mac. So just password and click enter.
Yeah, I did this, and it's like this script will install the following new direction will be created. Press return or enter to continue or any other way. So put the enter, right?
Yes, click enter.
Okay. A lot of another like information here.
It will go through all the installation. So it contains a lot of stuff to install. It's not like Windows. You just click in the graphical user interface, right? So if you install through the command line, then you have to wait until it finishes. Sometimes it takes really long time to install it, right? So at the same time, yeah, you should have Xcode installed on your Apple ships a binary package of Git with Xcode.
Why so weird way to download that thing, like to put it like
Yeah, I think it's because of the security purposes, because Apple does not trust any software, any application that it was not generated by them, right? It's a third-party tool that we are installing, so they just want to be a little bit vigilant what they're installing on their computers or laptops.
Okay.
Enables you to develop, test, and distribute applications for all Apple platforms. Yeah, they created something called Xcode. I guess it will just test it out the software that you are installing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he said, the loading command line tool for Xcode. What is?
Yeah, can you share your screen? Most of the time, that's the part that we've been struggling to.
Yeah, you can see that here. This what is showing.
Yeah. So yeah. Downloading command line tools for Xcode. Yes, installing command line tools for Xcode. Yep, it finished downloading, so we just need to wait. Right. So until you see the cursor again, you just need to wait.
This like this one?
No, that's not the cursor yet. So let it finish installing it. Okay, it's not done yet.
Okay.
So the cursor meaning like a blinking cursor.
Mm-hmm. On mine is not blinking. It just gonna be the white.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. So I think in a separate, yeah, so in the VS Code.
Yeah. The VS Code.
Okay.
We can also download this one. Oh, now it's white. Is it like?
You can also download this Xcode from Mac itself.
Oh, now it's okay. Got it. So I have to wait, I guess. Yep.
Yep. Just wait it out, and it will tell you if it's installed.
Oh my God, that's so weird to download this really.
I know. All right, cool. All right,
That's it?
so yeah,
Oh.
that's it. But the other thing is that next steps. You see that next steps?
Yep.
Right there. It says that run these two commands in your terminal to add homebrew to your path. You just need to copy. Yeah, you just need to copy paste.
Like this one?
Oh, the first command right there. The z profile, right? You see that that's z profile? Yes.
Yeah.
Just copy until up. Yep. Highlight up a little bit up. One more up. One more up.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Here?
right there. Yes. Copy that and
Okay.
run the command right there, and run the other command too. Yep. Click enter. Run the other command too. Eval. You said eval.
What is it?
See that eval up to the z profile? You copied the z profile, right? Right after that, it says eval.
Oh no.
Yeah, copy that line of code. No, not all of them. Just eval.
Eval.
Yeah, and then you forgot one quotes at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, just copy that one and paste it there. And it says run brew help to get started. Now you don't have to run it. So let's check it out now. Okay, let's see if it installed a Git. Let's type a git-v.
Git here?
Git space -v. Or dash version.
Wait, what dash? This one?
Yeah, double dash version. Yes, double dash version.
Okay. V?
No, version. You need to, if you put a double hyphen, you need to type the full name of the thing, version. If you put a one hyphen, you need to type just the V. Yeah, go ahead, enter, click enter. All right, you got it. You have Git installed right now. Anybody else is seeing the same thing? The Mac users. Does anyone have any issues with installing Git in MacBooks?
I have an issue.
All right, do you want to share your screen, please?
Oh, sorry.
It's not even the issue. Okay, let me try to share. I lost the two paths to enter. I cannot find this one now.
Okay. They're right there. Next steps. Oh, looks like you don't have to do that. So it says that you probably already have it. So if you don't have it, then you have to.
Actually, I just installed right now, and it was asking the same as that would laptop ask, like to put two commands. But I simultaneously like closed my terminal and opened again. I didn't find it now. This was right. Which one was?
Yes. Right. So it should be only two commands right there.
No, I cannot find them.
Can you copy and paste just?
What was Control S? Okay. What I have to copy?
Yeah, this one right here. So
Which
just
one?
highlight the last line and the second line.
This one?
No, highlight the last line and right on top of it.
This
That
one?
line and one more top, one more line up. Yep, right
Like
there.
this?
Yep, copy and
Okay.
yep, do Control C. Yep, and paste it. Cool. So you're forgetting about the quote. So the eval command has a quote at the end. So you forgot that quote.
Which quote?
The last, yeah, right there. There should be a quote, the closing quote at the end of the eval command.
Where is it?
You need to put the quotes, double quotes at the end.
At the end?
Yeah, Control C. You need to do Control C
Like this?
first. Yeah, Control C first.
Control C. Okay. Wait, sorry.
And paste it
Yeah.
again. And
Right.
don't forget to, yeah, yep, right, that one, yep. Nah, it's good to go.
Okay.
You ran those commands. So
I don't need Xcode, right? This one is enough?
yeah, that's good. That's enough.
I
Of course,
don't need
that's the duplicate of that one.
okay.
Because it's a duplicate, yep. Cool, guys. I think if no one has any issues with the Git, and it was pretty much easy for Windows users, right? All the time. Let's get to it. Cool. So we did Git version, blah, blah, blah. Configure Git to use your name and email address for all commits by the current user. Okay. You guys need to run these commands in your terminal. Please run these commands in your terminal. I'm sharing it in Zoom chat. One at a time. All right, just copy this guy right here. Okay, and then paste it over here. All right, and then you need to change this part only. Instead of test user, you just type your own name. All right, git config -- global user.name and put your name.
Is it for those who just installed the Git or
Is it
for
yeah,
everyone?
it is for those who just installed the Git. If you have been using Git before and pushing some changes, then you can verify if you have added your username and email into Git already. So the command would that be this guy right here.
Okay.
Do I need a dollar sign?
No, forget about the dollar. The dollar sign is for something else. Okay, so I think that's for Git bash. If you have Git bash, that's probably a dollar sign. But if you have Mac, it's probably a percentage sign. So that's the same thing. This dollar sign is the percentage sign over here. So for those who already have GitHub account, Git account, just verify with git config -- list and grep user. It will tell you if you have already configured like this. If you see this one, you don't have to run these commands, guys. But if you don't see anything as an output of this one, then you have to type this one first. All right. I hope you guys type this one. Once you type this one, the next one would be this guy right here. And instead of test.com, you need to type your own email address. All right. saytech@gmail.com, for instance, right? Don't try to email to saytech, all right? There's no such a thing. Or maybe there is, I don't know. Okay, so you guys can definitely verify if you have already Git. If you have already configured your Git username and email in the configuration file, if you don't see anything, then you need to run these both commands separately.
How to check that it's It's successfully done.
Run it again. Run this the command again.
Did it, but there is no any reaction.
So you ran this command again, this one?
Yes, and I don't see any
You
reaction.
ran this
Test.
command again, this one too?
Yeah, I did both of them.
All right. So all right, let's see your screen if you don't mind.
Hey, I guess I'm the
No,
bigger-
it's okay. It's normal to have this type of errors, guys, or and it may not be able to see it. All right. So git config dash global user dot name. Yep. Okay. So can you do git config dash list? Did you do git config dash list?
Git config dash test, not
Yeah,
global list.
I shared the command in Zoom chat. If you check the Zoom chat, there's a command, the last command.
Like this.
Can you check the Zoom chat, please?
You put the email in the quotes. Do we need to put the email too in the quotes, like a name?
If you
Auto
check,
open.
yeah. So
dash
you see
one
that in the Zoom chat I said the verify user configs. Okay, just copy paste that the command.
verify
Says
user.
verify user configs.
Okay.
Yep, just run control C now and then paste that command. Yep.
Okay.
See, you already configured. You're good to go.
Mhm.
That's how you verify it. All right, so you don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyone else want to share? See any errors?
Yeah, I also have a problem.
Go ahead, please.
Mm, yes.
Yes.
So basically it's giving me this. Okay, let me just clear it.
Oh, you're using PowerShell.
So-
Did you install Git Bash? Oh, this is Windows. Yeah. Did you install Git Bash?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So right over here. Yep. You're on the
Okay.
right track. Use Git
All
Bash.
right, got it. Okay, so that's why it wasn't working.
Yeah, that's the $sign. You see that? That's the remove the $sign first. Yeah, and then type your own name. Yeah, for Git Bash users, let me show one more thing, Gulnur. While
Sure.
you are
Let me
here, right?
unshare.
Yeah, can you close the terminal? Just click X. Yeah, close that, and open the terminal now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so can you delete the terminals like on the right side? Just click the trash icon. Yep, for each. Yep, click one more time, and open the terminal now. When she
Okay.
opens the terminal, by default, it's opening the PowerShell, right? You can remove you can replace the default the terminal the tool. Okay, so let's replace this to Git Bash. Right click the drop down. Right click the drop down. The drop down on the right side. Yep, right click. Click the select default profile. Select default profile. Yes, and click Git Bash. All right, cool. So now if you click the plus sign, now every time you open the terminal, always it will be open at Git Bash.
Should I delete
Yep, you can delete
PowerShell?
the PowerShell, yes.
All
Cool.
right.
Now you can run those commands.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Where did I go?
Yes. Did you run the command? Yes, type it in there. Yeah, so you need to change the test user to your own. With the capital, just write your name.
The capital letter?
Just the full name, yes. git config -- global user.name. Cool. And then double quotes. Yep. Oh, so you
No,
have to
that's not.
remove the first the dollar sign. So when you copy it and paste it, you need to remove that dollar sign. Can you copy and can you paste it again? Oh, you know what? Just copy the
Sure.
command that you wrote the last time. Just use the arrow up arrow key, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. On your keyboard, just click the up arrow.
Okay.
And now go all the way left. No, go down arrow. Yeah, go all the way left. Delete the dollar sign. Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, not you cannot delete that one. Only delete the
I-
one that you are on top of it right now.
I can do more.
No, you go
Let's
back.
see.
Go to the right and delete it. Yeah, delete that one. Yep. Yeah, you get to go.
Okay.
Yep, click enter. All right. So
All
next
right.
is user.email.
Okay, I got it.
Cool.
Let me
Yep.
just stop sharing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyone else? All right. Cool. Let's move on. Cool. Let's create a test directory. All right. So mkdir, we already know this type of thing. Okay. We ran this command already. Let me go to my desktop and let's go inside the, I think I already have 24/7 Cortex. And am I inside already? Yeah, I'm inside it already. So yeah, I don't need anything inside this guy right here. All right, so what I can do here is remove -r, the current. Yeah, just delete everything inside my current folder. All right, so I used this the star to delete everything inside my current folder. Whatever I have, I delete it. You can just use this star to delete everything. I think it's called, yeah, asterisk, right? Asterisk to delete everything. So now, let's run this command, mkdir-p satec and test. No such file or yes, delete everything. mkdir-p satec/bootcamp. Yep. I don't know why test did not work. Anyway, so we have bootcamp down here, and let's just go inside the bootcamp. cd satec and bootcamp, right? We're inside the bootcamp. ls-li, we don't have anything except this current directory and parent directory. Initialize Git repository. So now let's go back to our thing over here, guys, one more time. The diagram, right? So as we said that in a regular projects in a college, we are creating a project and making changes to the project and saving changes, right? And sharing the PowerPoint slide. Same thing with the Git projects. Now, instead of creating a project, the corresponding name for project in Git is repository. So basically, whatever you see repository is a project, right? So all of these are repositories. If I go back to my profile, repositories. All of these are basically projects that we uploaded. Okay, so create a repository. Since we will be running some Git commands, okay, we have to work inside a repository. Okay, we need to work inside a repository so that Git, as a version control system tool, can track every change that is taking place inside that repository. Every change that is taking inside that repository. All right, so let's assume that this is bootcamp, right? So we're trying to initialize Git repository. The first thing that we need to do, this one right now, this is regular folder. There's nothing inside, okay? If I do, let me create, is it gonna create inside index.html? Yes, Saytech bootcamp index.html, and I have another file called style.css, okay? So now my bootcamp is just a regular folder that contains my project files, but it's not a Git repository yet, right? It's not a Git repository. In order to convert this regular folder or project into a Git repository, we have to run git init command, okay? Git init command. As soon as you run a regular folder, as soon as you run git init folder after git initialization, this folder will be wrapped with the Git version control system tool. I mean, it will be wrapped, and every single time you make some changes into that folder, it will track those changes. It will track those changes. Okay? It will track those changes. But before it tracks those changes, there are some process that we need to go through. Right? There are some process that we need to go through. And the process is right over here. No, that's...
Azamat, how did you create the index HTML and style CSS in
Oh yeah,
terminal?
I just clicked this bootcamp, and you click this file right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can definitely use the touch command to create those files, but I just clicked here. So this is for the file, and this is for the folder. New folder and new file. And if I do ls over here in the terminal, I see my files over here. All right, as I was saying, guys, this is regular folder. It's not a Git repository yet. So in order to convert this into Git repository, we have to run git init command. All right, git init command. But here's the thing. Before we run the git init command, how can we verify if this current folder is a Git repository or not? Just like we verified if I have my username and email is added to git config file, right? We were running git config -- list grep user, and we were verifying that, okay, I have my username and email is added to git configuration file. But how can I check if the current folder that I'm inside right now, pwd, right, bootcamp, how can I check if this folder is a not bootcamp repository, Git repository or not? The command for that is git status. Please remember this command. Git status is the command to verify if this is a Git repository. At the same time, if we have any changes inside the Git repository, it will show in the terminal. Okay, so git status, fatal, not a Git repository or any of the parent directories .git. It's not a Git repository, and it is not inside any parent Git repository. Okay, so we verified that the current folder that we are in is not a Git repository, and now we would like to convert this folder into a Git repository. Okay, and that's the command called git init. After git init, Git will track every change that takes place within that folder. All right, cool. Let's run git init command. Okay. Again, guys, we are just, where's my, okay, it's too far. Let me bring it back over here. Right over here. We are just creating a repository, the first step. In here, the first step was create a project, right? Make changes, blah, blah, blah. In GitHub, create a repository. That's called Git init. All right, Git init, run the command. All right, as you guys can see right here, this source control, it's included with the VS Code. And it is showing that in our current folder, we have 2 changes, right? If you click this guy right here, changes. What did change it? You created a new file, untracked. You created another file, untracked, which has nothing inside of it. All right, we created 2 files. Go back. Now, since it's a Git repository, let me run git status again. All right, as you guys can see, it's not complaining anymore, right? It's not saying, oh, it's a fatal, it's not a Git repository. It says that on branch main, no commits yet, untracked files, right? Untracked files means we have not saved the files yet. We made some changes. What are the changes? We added new files, right? It's still considered a change inside the Git repository. We created index.html and style.css. Those are considered a change inside the repository. Now, we have to save those changes. Save those changes. The corresponding language for this saving the changes is commit the changes, right? Saving change is exactly the same as commit the change. And now share the change with other team members means git push, right? We ran this command already, git init. That's for create a repository. Make changes to the repository. Yes, we did make changes, all right? And we need to make sure that those changes are saved, right? So git add and git commit is basically saving those changes. Let's go back. As I said, Git is tracking everything that is being changed inside this folder.
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead, please.
In your situation, when you run the Git status, it says on branch main, right? In mine, it says that on branch master. Also
Yes.
on the untracked files, I can see your both files. Can you please go back to in the terminal? Can you show? Yes. On your untracked files, I can see both index.html, style, CSS.
Hmm?
In my situation, it says nothing, like I cannot see anything. Just
Very good question. First part, the part that it says master instead of main, right? I don't know when GitHub changed it from master to main. At some point, they said that master is somehow related to slavery, okay? So they changed it from master to main. So every time you create any GitHub repository, at some point, right? I don't know what when they change it, but at some point in time, every GitHub repository we create started creating as a main branch, not the master branch, right? So we can convert master branch to main branch with this command, git branch -m main. All right, it will convert master branch into main branch. I'm not sure why it created as a master branch. Are you using Windows?
no, Mac.
Is it because of it might be because of the version of the Git. Do you have the same version as I have right here? 2.39.3?
Let me check. Mine is 2.4524. Mine is newer.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting.
I have 243 and I have both main and master. But by default it's showing master.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
both main and master, really? If you
Yes.
type branch, it's showing both of them?
No, right now it's showing master, but if I go on GitHub, it actually has both of these branches.
Oh, wow. That is very interesting.
What is the difference between master and main?
As I said, we used to have master branches all the time. Whenever we create a GitHub repository, it was creating a master branch first.
Okay.
Okay. But now, because it was related somehow with the slavery in the history, someone complaining about the name of master, they changed it master to main. So every time I click git init, it is creating a main branch, not the master branch. If you have a master branch, this is the command to change it. And also, GitHub, I will show you guys right over here. GitHub is telling us every time I create a new branch right here, right? New repository, testing 24/7. Okay. As soon as I say create repository, right over here it says git branch -m main will replace the master branch into main branch. Right? It is the recommended. They're telling us to change the master branch into main branch if you have a master branch, and we have to push it to the main branch, not the master branch.
Okay, but
About the master branch.
how can I check the status now? I changed, but I don't know, like, how can I make sure
I
that
think I believe you are in a wrong folder and you created your files in a different folder. Okay, let's check it out. Do you mind sharing your screen?
I receive like this?
All right, so is it the one on the left?
What do you mean?
All right, cool. So let's see. Git branch. Can you do pwd on the terminal?
PWD.
Okay, so can you do ls?
Can you do what else?
ls Satek and all right, cool. So you typed git status here, or where did you type?
Git status here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
I
you
changed
ran
now.
so you ran. Yeah, it changed now. Yes, you have it untracked files now. Yep.
But in your case, I
Because the thing
both.
about this is that do not run git init command everywhere, right? Especially in your home directory. Do not run git init command, which initializes a new Git repository, a new project everywhere. Okay. So you create your project like a folder, as I created like Satek Bootcamp. And I went inside Bootcamp folder and I created a couple files. And then I ran inside that Bootcamp folder git init command. But in this case, you created a Git folder, right? And then inside Git folder, you created the Satek. Inside the folder, you created index.html. But you ran your git init command inside your Git folder, not inside your Satek folder. Okay. So you would like to run your git init command inside your Satek folder, right? Basically, let's do this one as a last thing, guys. So it's too late, right? We'll continue next class. But as a last thing, if somehow you ran the git init command in a place in a folder that you were not supposed to run, to fix that problem is if you can run right over here, ls-la. Run it. Now, whenever we run git init command, the git version control system tool is creating a .git hidden folder. You see that .git hidden folder? Now, you need to remove that hidden folder, and it will take your current folder out of being a GitHub repository. Just delete that. How do you delete a folder, as we know from the beginning of this class?
If it's folder is empty or not? It's not
It's
empty.
not empty. Okay, how do you check? Let's see. How do you check if it's empty or not?
ls.
SD.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, ls-l or just ls, and put the path for that .git folder.
Mhm.
Just type it ls .git or yeah
Okay.
.git. See, it contains some files and folders. So just
Mm.
delete that folder, which is not non-empty folder.
Okay, then it's rm like this, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yep. And .git.
Okay, yes.
All right. Type git status now. Cool. So your Git folder is not Git repository anymore. So
Can you go to the CTEC file, right?
yes, exact folder. Yeah, you need to go inside the CTEC folder.
Mhm.
Git. Yeah. Oh, sorry. CD CTEC. I apologize. Now, yep. ls to ls.
How to check the PWG, right?
Yeah, PWC is the check of your print working directory. Yes, your path where you are located. Yes.
Yeah.
Now
No.
do ls. Yep, you have index.html. Now we can run git init command.
Azamat, I'm following along. I have exactly the same as Maksat's. The only thing is that his branch automatically changed to main, but mine is still on master.
Using master as the name for the initial branch. This default branch name is subject to change.
Or Maksat, did you do anything to change to main?
Oh, yeah, you have to run git branch -m. Did you run it?
I
I
did like
didn't run it.
this.
Yeah.
I did like this. Git branch. Branch.
-m
Sorry. Okay.
dash
The-
capital M and main.
Right.
Yep, enter. Cool. So you should be git status. You should be good to go now.
No, it didn't
Not
work.
git status, not get status. Maksat, git
Oh,
status.
sorry. Yeah.
Is
Yes,
main.
on branch main. See?
Yeah, I see this too. Okay.
I have a question as
quite
well.
complicated.
Yes,
Do
go
I run the branch -m main after I run git init, or I can do it
Of course,
before?
yeah, of course, because git init is the first initial command to convert regular folder into a GitHub Git repository, Git project, and then you can run whatever your Git commands you have it. You can run after that. If your current folder is not the Git repository, you cannot any Git command. You cannot run any Git command.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, it worked. Thank you so much.
I have a question. Actually, like for example, inside the IntelliJ IDEA, there is like button Git. What about like in Visual Studio Code? Do we have like this kind of button? Like we can just like press it and create the branches and push it and pull it.
Absolutely, yeah. There are some.
Could you please just show me?
It's like we've been doing a graphical user interface version, right? Instead of tools right here.
Yeah, I think it's much easier, right?
Yeah, just clicking the buttons, you can definitely commit your changes or create new branch, right? So
Yeah.
if you create a new branch, you can click this guy right here and create a new branch.
Could you please go back to the Git? Their button, like, yeah, the third
This
one.
guy right here, yeah.
Yeah. Could you please just select everything? For example, style and index is supposed to be like two button commit, and we have like the second one commit and push, right?
Yes, so we'll come to that point, all right? So this is the graphical user version, but everything we do will be inside this terminal, okay? I prefer you guys learn the terminal way because when you join a company, everybody's working with the terminal.
Azamat,
I saw some people using some other software, like a visual, everything is visual, like they're creating branches, blah, blah, blah. If you prefer, you can do that then definitely. Yeah. Yes, go ahead, please. Questions?
yes, I really like the share the screen. I think I broke everything.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Share your screen.
Yes.
This is what I was mentioning. Do not run git init everywhere. All right. So first of all, create a project name folder and then run git init inside that folder only. So do the same thing as I showed Maksat, I think deleting the .git folder. So if you do ls-la, you need to find .git folder right there. Yep, you just need to delete that folder.
Where is it? Like how to find it? Like
It's inside the current folder right now.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
because you ran ls-la inside the current folder. So,
okay.
yep,
In the Git, that's it.
that's it. Okay, now do git status. Everything should be fine. It's not a git repository.
And why is like ask me to download the Git again here? Like what if I
Mac OS source control, install Git, a popular source control system to track. It's because you didn't open any Git repository in this VS Code.
But I opened
So-
it anyway. It doesn't. It says me the same
Because
thing.
because you didn't open this home directory in here right here. Your home directory is open right now because you opened something else.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I think it's a perfect time to wrap up. I will continue next class. It's way past the time because after 3 hours, people start paying attention for something else, not the class. So yeah, we have some other slides to go over. We'll try to finish them up in the next class, all right?
Next class is next Wednesday, right? With you.
That is correct. Yeah. So, and after that, I will do Monday and Wednesday. So, Marat said that he wants to teach additional stuff. I think Monday, Tuesday. So, he's gonna stick with that.
Oh, so meanwhile we can leave this Git thing hanging there, right? Without
Yes.
trying to commit and push.
Yes,
It's not gonna go away
I
anyway.
would suggest don't do anything yet.
Okay.
If you miss a step, it's gonna be really messy whenever you work as a team. Okay, we'll try to do one step at a time. Please do not rush on this subject, the concept. It's very important concept for you guys to learn because it will stick for the rest of your life, right? GitHub
Okay.
is not only it's not only for bootcamp. It will be for the rest of your career. Okay, guys, any questions before we wrap up? I hope you guys learned something today. Please practice a lot. I shared some homework. Okay.
Sorry if we, for instance, didn't catch some parts. We can always just look at, check videos and just
Yep,
fulfill
absolutely.
that gap.
Check out the videos to confirm again. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh,